Dear Pocket Kings.
Home to the United States Poker Championship. 2005 winner James Capurosio is back to defend his crown. And he'll be challenged by a diverse and dangerous field. Already here on day one, we've seen some heavyweights hit the canvas. The battle for over $2.5 million in prize money continues right now.
For $28,550, I got some FaceTime, right?
That's my new spin move. You see it?
Welcome inside the Trump Taj Mahal, where day one action of the 2006 United States Poker Championship continues. Hello, everybody. I'm Lon McCarron, along with Norman Chad. Day one of this United States Poker Championship is not unlike many major poker tournaments. A few players have sprinted out and have huge chip stacks, while others are nursing their anemic short stacks. Still others who are expected to do well every time they sit down to a poker table are already out the door.
Greg Raymer, gone. Steve Danneman, gone. Hey, they're both dead to me. Still here, last year's 1-2 finishers from the USPC, home game pals James Capurosio and Ralph Pecorari, and this year's 1-2 finishers from the World Series main event, Jamie Gold and Paul Wasika. Plus, Toto Leonidas, Scott Fishman, Mark Safe, Daryl Dickin, and Joe Seabach. Almost everywhere you look, there's a player or two you don't want to run into at the poker table or the supermarket. It's a tough group.
For most players, the key is just to survive the early rounds before going into attack mode. Right now, let's meet a few players who we will see in action tonight.
Toto Leonidas, Los Angeles, California.
My name is Jennifer Tennis-Idley, and I'm from Wilmington, Delaware.
Hi, I'm Eric Crane from Murfreesboro, Illinois, and I'm going to try not to dunk all my chips off on national TV this year.
And so far, so good for Eric Crane, who has the second best chip stack at this arena table. Mike Esposito leads the way. Genocide has 9,800, and the short stack is Stephen Kingsley. Everyone started with 20,000 chips as we continue day one here at the USPC in Atlantic City.
Just another good-looking group of gaming professionals, Lon.
And there is Stephen Kingsley, and why not? Pocket Kings.
Kingsley, like last year's winner James Capurosio, went to the University of Maryland, Lon.
So the rumor says. A CPA right now living in Connecticut. Kingsley raised it up to 600. Action folds around to the 2003 champ, Toto Leonidas. He has ace-jack offsuit.
And remember, Toto always deliberate, and he's perfected the art of the chip dance before he actually bets them.
And Toto does act in a big way. A re-raise to 1,700. Over to Jennifer Lee, Genocide. Will not play those motley cards from the button. Crane folds. And action around to Kingsley with the re-raise to him.
Maryland guys are intense.
And Kingsley moves all in for his last 5,000. Out of Toto. And Toto gives up his ace-jack.
One moment Toto's playing a crazy hand, the next he's mucking pretty good cards. That was a nice read by Toto on Kingsley. Maryland guys don't have tells. We have used Chevys.
So Toto Leonidas has a lot of work to do still to become a factor at this year's United States Poker Championship. But no matter how he finishes this year, his legendary performance in 2003 will never be forgotten. The tournament came down to Toto, Eric Seidel, and Phil Hellmuth. And Toto's play baffled them both.
Why would you bet so much, Toto?
3-7 eliminates Phil Hellmuth. One more card. Toto Leonidas wins the U.S. Poker Championship. That stunning victory paved the way for this year's record field.
2003, a big year for Toto. He also won his first and only World Series bracelet and 7-card stud. Since then, he's had no major tournament wins.
Toto back in action, heads up against Dylan Membrino from Drexel University. They both have a queen, but Leonidas has the ace-queen.
Check.
Toto with a big lead after the flop of queen 8-deuce, and he checks it. They both check to the turn. A 5 of diamonds, no help to Membrino, who's got to come from behind.
But Membrino may think he has the best hand right now. No reason not to think he has the best hand.
And with top pair, he bets 900.
I think Toto got what he wanted. He got Membrino to bite.
Toto, does he want to push? No, just makes a call.
Calls. Now I'm confused, which is my usual state of mind.
And the river card is a 6. Membrino comes up short. Toto Leonidas gets the check mark. Again, Membrino first to act. 900 more.
And I think Membrino's thinking he's value betting right there. Trying to get a call out of Toto.
Toto can pounce when necessary.
Well, he plays so erratically. We saw him muck a good hand before, and now he's slow played this.
He's going to raise it to 2,000, though.
So that's just enough for me to call.
And then Brino calls and loses.
And you see why it's so tough to play against Toto Leonidas. He really switches gears left and right again and again.
So Toto Leonidas, the 2003 champ here, still trying to get back even at this USPC. Makes a nice step forward, taking a few thousand chips off Dylan Membrino. Let's go out to the Taj Poker Room. There's the current world champion, Jamie Gold, on the left, hooked up against Chester Rudisill. Rudisill with ace-king against Gold's pocket queens. The flop 7 for king. Rudisill hits his king to take the lead.
Rudisill out-flopping Jamie, and he will bet.
Gold checks. Rudisill reaching. 650 from the man from Talcott, West Virginia.
I'll take my hat off so people at home know who I am.
Is that Chester Rudisill on the right?
That is Chester Rudisill.
I didn't recognize him with his hat on.
Fame and glow of the world champ extends to everyone he plays. And Jamie Gold will make the call. Tough not to, but one uppercard out there. Turn card is a jack. No help to Jamie Gold.
And Jamie again immediately checks.
You wouldn't be trying to sit in an old mountain man, would you?
For what?
Mountain man like me.
Sit it? What do you mean sit in?
Sit him in. Take advantage of him.
Oh, I think you're taking advantage of me.
Chester bet 1,000. Gold called again.
I got a big hand.
And the river card is an ace. Ace is up for Rudisill now. He could only lose the hand by folding.
And after Jamie Gold checked, I don't think Chester is going to do anything but bet here. That is Chester Rudisill.
Yeah. Mountain man. And he's going to make it 3,000.
It's getting worse and worse.
And Jamie Gold will fold.
Folds, and he shows his pocket queens to Chester.
You're going to show, Chester?
He doesn't have to show, but he does have to release his hand.
Can't keep the cards.
I can't keep.
I'm sure you like them, but
it could have been a lot worse for the world champ, but he got out of the way before too much damage was done. Welcome back to the Trump Taj Mahal in Atlantic City and the 2006 United States Poker Championship. Our host, Donald Trump, gives us some insight into how business principles apply to poker in the first of our Trump Power Tips.
Look at every situation as a challenge. Use the word challenge all the time. Life is a challenge. Poker is a challenge. Sports is a challenge. Business is a challenge. You know what? If you're competitive and you think in terms of challenge, you'll be much more successful.
So what he's saying is when I play 10-4 offsuit, if I look at that as a challenge, I'll do better. Cool.
All right, let's get back to action at our poker room table. Jamie Gold, the current world champion, has almost 29,000 chips. He's got 4 deuce and makes a call of 150 chips.
Well, Jamie likes small suited connectors. They were good to him at the 2006 main event.
He's not far behind the table leader here at the poker room, Darryl Zayas. Dale Pinchot with 3-9 offsuit. They go into the muck. And there's our first look at Ilya Trencher, son of Vadim Trencher, a veteran of these USPC wars. Action over to Carmine Terone, ace-king. Carmine, 37 years old, from Manheim, Pennsylvania.
400.
He's going to raise it up to 400. Back to Jamie Gold with the raise to him, and he'll call the 250 more and go heads up to the flop. Gold trailing with his 4 deuce. The flop is 5-5 jack. Terone's aces are still best, but Jamie Gold picked up a couple of more hearts.
And if he strikes first here, he might laugh last.
Gold will bet 600 to Terone. Terone won an event at the Borgata earlier this year worth $267,000.
No talk.
oh, I got a hand.
And Terone gives it up.
Yeah.
Gives up the better hand, but you can't blame him.
Yeah, I hate it too.
So the 2006 world champ still looking good here in Atlantic City. We check on action now at the outer tables. We find the always entertaining Lance Funston. He's at it again. He's in the hand at the turn, but he seems to have lost track of his own betting.
Why is this chip here?
Shame. I thought maybe I made a bet. I didn't even know I made it.
And then after the board makes his king jack good for a straight, exposing his cards before his bet was called.
Sorry.
Get out.
I don't think he's calling you out.
Right now, he's not calling you right
Get
now.
out. Get out.
Elsewhere, the mood is not as bright. Kenny Trans Jacks get no help from the board, and he loses to Queens. And this bright young pro will have a long trip back to Southern California. And heading back to Las Vegas will be Kathy Liebert.
In a tournament like this, where you get 20,000 in chips, it's a slow structure. You have to get unlucky to go out. So I'll see you guys at the World Series, I guess, where I'm going to win the main event. I predict it now. Mark it down, okay?
Kathy Liebert hoping to become the first woman ever to win the World Series of Poker main event in Las Vegas. All right, action back to our poker room table. 4 players going to the flop. Rudisill's pocket 10s have the lead. The flop is 7-7 Jack. That pretty much misses all 4. Chester still with the lead with those 10s. Bets out 2,000. Tyrone folds. On to Norman Rodriguez. He gets out of the way.
I didn't raise you.
Jamie Gold makes the call.
Jamie with nothing on that flop.
Heads up to the flop. 3 of spades. A gut shot straight draw for Jamie Gold.
I don't like the spades.
Both pick up a spade draw. Rudisil's is better.
Oh, maybe I do.
Chester checked over to Gold.
5,000.
Jamie's going to make it 5,000.
He says, I don't like the spades, maybe
5,000.
Jamie's going to make it 5,000.
He says, I don't like the spades, maybe I do, and then he bets 5,000. Do not buy any property from this man ever.
Oh, hell.
This is the way you want to go out? I don't think this is the time you want to go
Prime
out.
time, Jamie.
No, I
I
don't
mean,
want
if you hit a spade, maybe if you got the ace of spades, you might be okay.
I don't need a spade. Don't even want a spade.
You could be drawing dead.
You want to show me?
I'll show you.
And with that, Chester folds.
Yeah, it's the Jamie Gold M.O. He can talk you into calling,
Show him
folding,
what I have.
or joining the Merchant Marines.
We'll see it on TV. You can
So
tell.
Jamie Gold getting
13.
stronger here as he tries to back up his World Series of Poker main event win with a victory here at the USPC.
You got to figure there's a possibility I got to set.
Welcome back to Atlantic City and the United States Poker Championship. Current World Series of Poker main event champion Jamie Gold in the black shirt and black hat is the table leader with almost 36,000 chips.
He's drawing dead. He's holding down to 4. So he must have known.
Jamie tried to fold out of position.
Oh, I'm the big blind? I'm so sorry.
Yeah, he is the big blind, so
I got a big hand.
he can't fold yet.
Big hand.
He got his cards back, 8-3. And Rudisil with Jack 9 offsuit.
Don't raise.
All right.
He just calls. Talked out of it again by Jamie Gold.
I was going to say, please raise so I can get rid of this.
Yeah, Jamie was kidding about don't raise. He's got no cards he wants to play.
Ilya Trincher, the short stack here at this table, folds. Carmine Tyrone with Queen Jack makes the call. And now Norman Rodriguez.
Norman Rodriguez.
Jamie checks.
Imagine how I throw in 1,000 just to see what people do.
You probably would.
I probably would.
So no raises, and
come
Gold
out
gets to
perfect.
play it. It's 5, 8, 10. Rodriguez pairs his 10. Gold hit his 8.
Oh my.
Chester got a straight draw.
I
You can
did
get into trouble here, Lon. I've seen it when you try to throw your hand away and you keep it, then you hit part of it, you get involved, you lose some money.
And another 8 on the turn. Trips for Gold. Wow.
Rodriguez could have bet him out on the flop with a pair of 10s. Even Rudisil with an up and down straight draw could have
thought I
bet.
was until the 8 came.
Rodriguez first to act.
Oh yeah, maybe I have an 8. I might have 8-5 or 8-10.
Who knows? With you?
Jamie's on his soapbox.
2,000?
2,000.
There's only
Sorry, what was my mistake? I thought I take.
Did you really mean 200 or no?
I took my mistake. What's my mistake? I don't see who chips I take.
Misstep from Rodriguez.
They're too dark.
Now for real.
All right, I'll play with you.
That's got to tell him something. Gold calls.
Who's this guy on the left?
That's Chester Rudisil. You might not recognize him. He's got a hat on.
Oh, you're right.
Chester with an up and down straight draw. 2,000 to him. He calls.
You can still take this whole pot
Everybody's got
down.
an 8.
Tyrone gets out of the way, so 3 players will go to the river. Jamie Golden probably in the lead, and now it gets better. Hits a full house.
Fact is better than fiction, Lon. That's incredible.
Rodriguez finally slows down and checks.
How much will you call?
How much you got?
Like 5,000? Can you call 5,000? If I put in 5, would you call?
I doubt it.
I got it. You know, I can't let you have this hand. This one's mine.
5,000.
You know, Lon, with all the poker players out there, it's hard to believe that Jamie Gold's table talk is unique, but it is. I don't know anybody who's just like him.
I have to reevaluate.
Well, now Chester is
He
reevaluating.
threw that hand away.
Missed his draw.
I wanted to throw it away.
There's nothing Chester can do
Now I
but
got a big
fold.
one.
He does now to
I got a big
Rodriguez.
Big, big, big.
Show me if I fall.
He saved it from the mother.
I don't know.
Not sure. You show me if I fall.
I don't know. I don't want you to fold. I want you to call. Come on, 5,000. Give it to me.
Jamie in full sell mode.
You can raise.
Raise.
No, there's no way you're raising. All right,
No
then
way
I got
I
you.
raise.
If you're not thinking about raising, I got you. If you got
5,000.
an 8, you're going to call, so
I'm not an 8.
I don't have an 8 either.
You know that. You promise me you're not an 8?
I promise you I do not just have an 8.
I could swear Jamie worked in the Clinton administration.
Top 2 pair for Rodriguez, but it's not good enough.
This is going to be the worst call I never wanted to make.
You calling?
I call.
I don't just have an 8. I have an 8 and a 3.
Wow, they've all been had.
Norman Rodriguez
See that?
and Norman Chad are not happy.
He wanted to fold the hand. Jamie Gold in the big blind played it
I thought I gave it away when I said I don't just have an 8.
and hit the full house.
Why they put me in this table?
Yeah, that whole hand was a signature Jamie Gold special. A little truth, a little dare, and a lie thrown in here and there.
Of course you're going to fold. Who wouldn't fold 8-3? I wanted to fold.
Classic Jamie Gold here at the USPC. Elsewhere at the outer tables, we're looking at Jordan Morgan. But Morgan is flirting with disaster. He's moved all in. He's at risk. But his pair of kings hold up over the pocket 4s, and Jordan Morgan doubles up. We will keep an eye on him to see if the online guru can gain some traction here playing live at the Taj. Back to our arena table. Mike Esposito is top dog here. Eric Crane still hanging in there. He has not donked off his chips yet.
Crane's on the uptick. He's a mark safe in training. Very aggressive.
Toto Leonidas already in the hand with king-queen offsuit. Toto has some work to do with just over 14,000 chips. Genocide gets out of the way.
You know, I ran into her in the women's bathroom, and she gave me the cold shoulder.
Pardon me?
I was confused.
Eric Crane with pocket 8 called the raise from Leonidas, 650 from each. And these two will go heads up. Crane with the slight advantage. And the flop is 8, queen 6. Crane catches another 8 for a set.
The bad news for Toto. Toto got top pair with a good kicker.
Crane check. Toto bet 700. And Eric Crane says raise.
700.
Yeah, this Crane has grown up in front of us, Lon. You know, I thought I could beat him last year. I don't think I can beat him this year.
2,000 now. It would cost Toto 1,300 more. Leonidas with top pair with that queen. He makes the call. He does not look very comfortable, though.
He doesn't want to make any mistakes here. Crane has him covered.
Turn card is a 7. That is no help to Toto. Crane first to act. 4,500 with his set of 8s.
Get out, Toto. The man is a baby-faced killer.
Toto moves all in.
I call.
And Crane, of course, makes the immediate call.
I'm drawing dead.
And Toto is drawing dead and has been eliminated.
Short stay at the USPC this year for Toto. All that's left for him now is to get his parking ticket stamped, get rid of that ridiculous full-tilt jersey, and move on to the next tournament.
So the 2003 USBC champion misread Eric Crane, ended up costing him all of his chips here tonight. But the rest of the field can breathe a little easier. One strong pro is out of the picture. Welcome back to the 2006 United States Poker Championship. Back to our poker room table. 3 players are already in the hand. Ilya Trencher, Carmine Terone, Jamie Gold just made the call. Now action on Chester Rudisill.
Come on in.
Mountain Man.
Water's warm. Yeah.
I'm the Mountain Man.
It's going to be a good one. I can feel
There was a raise up to 425 from Trencher, and Rudisill will call.
Encouraged by Jamie Gold, but the suited ace, I think he was going to come in anyway.
Daryl Ozias folds, 4 to the flop. Rudisill leads with his ace.
Even 8-3 hits sometimes.
I know, you're right. But my name's not Jamie Gold.
Is there a pre-flop raise in that hand?
No, remember I said I want to get off this hand.
We're still talking about Jamie's miracle full house. Here we go to the flop. Jack 4 ace. Rudisill gets the best of that, pairing his ace.
1,000 is the bet.
Trencher bets on a flush draw.
Gotta call you.
Terone folded. Gold with a pair of jacks makes the call.
Well, this is the hand Jamie's going to want to get off of because he's got middle pair and Rudisill has top pair.
And Rudisill will make the call. So here we go to the turn. It is a queen. Rudisill and his aces still have the advantage.
Trencher checked because he missed his flush, and Jamie checks over to Rudisill. Fire, Mountain Man.
Nope, just checks. River card now is an 8, and Rudisill's aces hold up. Let's see if his nerve does. Trencher checked. Jamie Gold with his jacks bets 4,500.
I got a big one.
It's not that big.
They're calling. Wow.
Chester wants to do something.
You got him in here, too.
Talk me out of it.
You talking me out of it?
Yeah, talk me out of it.
I got to be honest, I would like you to call.
This talk again from Jamie is inappropriate. There's a third player in the hand.
I can't talk you out of it. All I can tell you is I got a big hand. I got a
Chester calls. Trencher folds.
jack. It's not going to do it, huh? Ace, nice hand.
And Chester Rudisill will take down the world champ.
Jamie Gold finally caught with his mouth in the cookie jar. Maybe the Mountain Man has figured out his pattern.
You run me off with so many, I don't think I'm going to ever leave nothing. I'm in here to the end every time.
At the outer tables, Tommy Wang is torturing Mark Safe.
I'm good at losing my chips in these spots. I almost always have to go forward.
Safe has struggled early in this tournament, can't pull the trigger here.
Hey, just show it to me.
Adding insult to injury, he asked to see Wang's cards. Safe got bluffed out. So Wang gets richer, and Safe heads towards tilt.
I told you you don't get rich. I told you you can't make money making those folds, right?
And there is the ace-jack of local favorite, Mike Sika, who's at risk.
Look at that.
Another club will end his day. Turn brings an ace. Another club will end his day. Turn brings an ace of spades. The river card. A heart.
I can't put from heaven.
And Sika survives.
How'd that happen? Thank God. 62 years old, guys. Thank you, my friend.
And Lance Funston has survived another all-in and gives thanks accordingly.
My 3 ex-wives, thank you, and my 6 children, thank you.
I'm glad to hear Lance's 1 ex-wife and 4.5 kids ahead of me.
Back to the poker room. Chester Rudisill has a couple of jacks. He's involved in a hand with Ilya Trencher after the flop. Trencher picked up a straight draw, bet 700. Rudisill made the call, and then a set of jacks on the turn for Chester. Trencher with his open-ended straight draw first to act. That's 2,000.
And he's picked a bad spot to try to push Rudisill off his hand. As you mentioned, Rudisill with the set.
And he just makes the call.
I've also been bluffing off. I'm bluffing off.
Trencher still on the draw.
I would have had like
Chester with 3 jacks has the lead. The river brings a 10. No help to Trencher. Rudisill gets the check mark. And all in for Trencher.
Really bad spot.
Wow.
It'll just take a miracle for you to have me beat.
Chester calls.
I got 6 high.
And that will spell the end for Ilya Trencher.
Yeah, 6 high, that's one thing, but 5 high wasn't going to win.
Does he realize it costs $10,000 for him to bluff off all his chips?
Well, maybe he can sell the T-shirt and get some of it back.
Don't mess with West Virginia there.
Indeed, Chester Rudisville now approaching 32,000 chips here at the Poker Room featured table. Now let's go back to the arena featured table. We see our old friend Nicky Frangos.
Atlantic City's own joining the featured table with a lot of chips.
And action already underway. Stephen Kingsley again with kings. He raised at another 1,000 to Mike Esposito with ace 10. He made the call. These two to the flop. And now trip aces for Esposito. Kingsley all in.
A call.
And a call.
An ace? Yeah.
And Esposito in great position to knock out my University of Maryland guy. I am not happy about that.
We saw him survive with kings earlier when he moved all in. He's done the same thing here, but he's in a lot of trouble.
Kingsley could have gone all in before the flop, but Esposito would have called him anyway.
Now the turn card. It is a queen, no help to Kingsley. One card left perhaps in his tournament.
Kingsley needs a king. All the University of Maryland is asking for a king. Is there a king in the house?
No, it's an 8, and that will do it. Esposito wins the hand and knocks off the turn.
Nice meeting. Lon, let's take Mike Esposito off our holiday card list.
Esposito now over 42,000 chips, and the attrition continues here at the 2006 United States Poker Championship. Welcome back to the U.S. Poker Championship at the Taj Poker Room. Jamie Gold has the big chip stack at this table. He's hooked up in a hand right now with Carmine Terone. Terone with pocket fives. Gold with 8-7 offsuit.
Then the only way I can bet is if I have a huge hand, and you know I'm going to bet.
The flop queen at 6-7. Gold takes the lead, pairing is 7. He bets 500. Terone calls him. And checks in the dark. And with the 9 on the turn, Gold picks up straight and flush draws.
Oh my.
No small bets.
I'm gonna make it big. I got a big hand. Wow, I love this hand. Whew. I'm gonna show just because it's so beautiful. 15.
1,500 from Gold. Terone with pocket fives.
I'm telling you, it's beautiful.
What are you going to pay to see it?
Oh, I'll call anything.
He's going to raise it up.
Call?
Pretty aggressive from Carmine.
Ridiculous.
On a draw.
To 6,000.
I'm not on a draw.
All right.
Gold makes the call. Here we go to the river. King of Hearts. Gold nails the flush, though he didn't need it. His
Same
sevens
bet.
were good.
6,000.
6,000 from Terone.
What an unbelievable hand I had.
Well, he still has the winner.
Pair, straight draw, open-ended straight draw, flush draw, straight flush draw.
No straight flush draw.
Unbelievable hand I had. Look at that.
Gold not thinking his 8 of hearts is good enough with 4 hearts on the board.
the
Gives it
winner.
up.
And Terone shows that he bluffed him. Carmine, Jamie
go.
Gold with Jamie.
I respect that. That's how you got to play.
Carmine, you're starting to make it.
You can't win it. You can't win if you have no.
While Jamie Gold continues to talk things up here, we want to show you another event at the Taj where the table talk is of a different variety. It's the Death Poker Tournament where silence is the name of the game. The concept was born right here with the help of Taj Poker Room manager Tom Gito.
Last year I got a telephone call from Jared Musano saying he'd like to have a poker tournament for 6 of his buddies, and he said we'd like to come to the Taj Mahal. We think we can grow it into a national tournament, and I said bring it on. One thing that the hearing impaired people wanted was to make sure that they didn't get any special treatment.
I really wanted to be treated the way everyone is treated here in this casino. There are some gestures, you know, we worked out with the casino, like show your hands. The dealer will make that sign, you know, to know when the next person's, you know, when it's your turn.
With signs and signals worked out and all dealers equipped with notepads to help communicate with the players, the inaugural Death Poker Tournament exceeded all expectations.
You know, originally I told Tom, oh, you know, 80 people registered. I feel 100 will show up. And really, it ended up being 228 people. We were just amazed. I think they really enjoy us, you know, because we're quiet and they don't really know what we're talking about. So we stay out of their hair.
I didn't listen to
Back to our Poker Room featured table, and Carmine Terone with 5-4 suited limps in.
You know, I was talking to you too fast, so I wasn't paying attention. Sometimes my talking gets me in trouble.
Jamie now second-guessing his fast
I
talking.
just sat and thought about it. I would have went all in.
Jamie with ace-queen offsuit's going to raise it up to 750.
There's so many ways to win that hand, even if I'm behind.
You know, when you win the world title, you got a target on your chest, and because of the way Jamie talks and plays, I believe he's got even a bigger target on his chest.
So action folds around the table to Tyrone. It will cost him another 600 to call.
Yep.
And he does. And so these two, Gold and Carmine Tyrone, will go heads up again to the flop. And now the flop is 3 deuce 4. Tyrone lands a pair of 4s. Both get straight draws. Tyrone
I
checks.
have to get back at you.
Now Jamie Gold will bet 1,000. And Tyrone goes right with him.
I wish you would have popped Jamie one time there.
Turn card is a jack. No help to Jamie, who's way behind.
Well, okay.
Tyrone checks. Jamie bets. And a call.
Uh-oh, I'm in trouble, huh?
I think so.
Yeah, you got a set?
River card is an 8.
That's pretty good.
Check mark
You got
for
a set?
Carmine Tyrone.
Okay, I'd bet it.
All right. You got a set, you're good. I'll do like you, 6,000.
Jamie's going to fire another bluff.
I'm not willing to risk 6,000 on this hand, but I bet you this hand's good.
Oh, wow. Tyrone
It's a good
folds.
flop. I knew it, but I'm not willing to risk 6,000.
You didn't know it for 6,000.
I knew it, but that
We're
was a
going
big
right
bet.
back and forth. It's good playing with you. You're a good player. Whoa, sir.
Whoa. Chips going the wrong way.
Maybe the dealer had a rooting interest in that hand.
Jamie promised to get back at Tyrone, and he did just
If an
that.
ace comes, I'm good.
I like him, but not that much.
Atmosphere loosening up here at the Taj.
All right, we're still alive. We have a little more fun.
TV likes an underdog. I gotta be the underdog.
This is my time. I ain't no joking no more. It's over. Come on.
The words of Scotty Wynn. I can do it, baby.
How do you spell 750?
With D's, with D's. No T's with D's, baby. Fitty.
750.
You can get through the first day after these beats. Anything can happen.
Every time I win free gas.
It's a gift from the gods.
What a nice person.
Next year. We do it next year.
Thank you.
Back at the feature table in the poker room here at the Taj, we are joined by 29-year-old notorious online player from Iowa, Daryl Gigabet Dickens.
Dickens, another one of the internet monsters now populating card rooms more and more.
Raise it. He's going to raise it up with ace-jack, offsuit to 500.
5 place.
Jamie Gold, 8-3. He won't play it this time.
He's not forced to, so now he can't make the full house.
Action on Chester Rudisill.
Raise.
He says raise. But he didn't throw enough in.
50 more.
He raised to
500.
Oh, he's raised. I'm sorry.
Rudisill unaware that Dickens had raised, having put in enough to cover Dickens' raise.
So he gets off easy, just has to make the call. So heads up to the flop. Dickens with the ace gives him the advantage. The flop is 6-4 deuce, all clubs. Rudisill has the only pocket club.
Rudisill checked.
Gigabet, who's won a ton of money online, that's 800.
And he wins it that way, Lon. He puts the pedals to the metal. He loves being aggressive.
And Rudisill has just been a calling station at this table and makes the call here.
Yeah, Rudisill very sticky.
10, though, gives Rudisill the lead on the turn.
Sticky pays.
Rudisill now will bet 1,500.
They were like
Dickens with no part of that board.
15 really famous roads for that.
Well, stacking up some chips, he makes a raise to 5,000.
There he is again, hyper-aggressive.
5,000.
Not all of them, but
Total 5.
all the big
Rudisill with the best hand with the 10s. And he gives it up. Wow. And Daryl Dickens continues to pad his stack with hyper-aggression. Gigabet turned the heat up on Chester Rudisill, and Chester had to get out of the kitchen. Back to the Taj Mahal and the United States Poker Championship. 4 players going to the flop. There are no pocket pair. Norman Rodriguez holds the only ace. And there is an ace in the flop. So Rodriguez with a pair of aces. That is Dale Pinchot. Got an up and down straight draw. He checks. Rodriguez checked, as did Chester Rudisill. Lucas Michael there throws in 600. He missed the flop.
Michael's got squadoosh. He's hoping everyone drops out of this baby.
Pinchot folds his draw. Rodriguez, the short stack at this table.
And the short stack here with aces might consider putting all his chips in right here.
No, he's just going to make the call.
Maybe he doesn't like his kicker with the ace, but then he shouldn't even be around.
Chester Rudisill folds his draw, so we are heads up. Rodriguez and Michael going to the turn.
Two players.
Turn card now. Queen of diamonds. Michael is drawing dead. Rodriguez aces cannot be beat. Aces cannot be beat.
Rodriguez checks, and now Michael, who doesn't even have a draw, and as you said, he's drawing dead.
Wow, that's 1,200.
You know, I'm a terrible Hold'em player, Lon, so trust me. I recognize terrible Hold'em play. You see a lot of it these days.
Rodriguez still does not move all in. So to the river we go. 6 of hearts.
Check a bit.
Rodriguez again checks.
Check.
What must Michael be thinking?
You know, I don't know, because you know it's hard to bluff a guy who's got a whole lot of chips or to bluff a guy who's got virtually no chips.
700.
Rodriguez has virtually no chips left. So he's trying to bluff him off a hand, and I think Rodriguez is committed.
The bet's 2,700 from Rodriguez.
All in, I have to go
now
all in.
He moves all in.
3,025.
I'll save my 300.
Michael folds.
Well, he could have saved a lot more than 300 by stopping that bluff fest early.
So Rodriguez flops top pair and holds up, and he finds some life here at the USPC.
I couldn't beat aces.
He couldn't beat aces. He can't beat aces.
All right, let's go back to the arena feature table here at the Taj Mahal. Nikki Frangos has the biggest stack at this table. Jennifer Lee is the short stack, and action is on Genocide. She has ace-queen offsuit.
Lee started online playing $5 sit-and-go tournaments and kept just moving up in stakes.
She raises the action up to 600 over to Mike Esposito with ace-3 offsuit.
I hate when guys think about playing a weak ace. They just get you in trouble. So then I shouldn't be telling Mike what to do. He cashed in this year's World Series main event. I can't even set my own alarm, but I hate the weak ace.
From the big blind, he makes the call. They'll go heads up. The flop is queen, jack, deuce. Jennifer Lee pairs her queen.
For Jennifer Lee, top pair, top kicker. And that's a top shelf jacket. I couldn't afford a good cut like that.
So Jennifer Lee bets, Esposito folds, and Genocide picks up a small pot that still has just about half the chips she started with. Let's go back out to the feature table in the Taj Poker Room. 3 players are in the hand before the flop. Jim D'Ambrosio from Chicago has ace-king.
You're going to have to suck out the baby.
Norman Rodriguez with king-jack and Chester Rudisill with ace-4. The flop is 4 king-jack, and Rodriguez pairs his king and the jack.
And my fellow Norman, Mr. Rodriguez, checked. I would have pushed all in with top 2 there. He doesn't have that many chips.
They all check to the turn. It's a 6. No help to Rudisill or D'Ambrosio. Now Rodriguez will bet 500 with kings up.
You call that a bet?
Rudisill.
500. He should have pushed all in again.
Chester gets out of the way. Now to Jimmy D.
It's a suspicious bet. 500. 3 6s?
What is that?
What? 3 6s?
3 6s.
1,500.
The devil, right? This is too loud.
1,500. I got to know where I'm at.
Well, Jimmy D right now is one step closer to poker hell.
Rodriguez now puts him deeper in. He raises it now 3,000 more.
4,500.
That raise should tell D'Ambrosio that he is behind.
I call.
No, but he makes the call.
Let's be gentle.
Guys sometimes get wedded to ace-king.
River card is at 10. That does seal it for Rodriguez. He earns the check mark. And he'll be first to act.
And I'll be first to say for the 3rd time, please push all in.
You're in the catbird seat. Whatever you bet, I'm calling. I have to.
I'd love to hear that.
You have to?
Yeah.
Who knows, maybe that'll scare Rodriguez.
Rodriguez reaching.
All right, the bet is 4,000.
Makes it 4,000. You gonna live up to your word, Jimmy D?
I call.
And he does call.
You have aces? Yeah, flop me.
He sure did.
The flop was 2 hours ago.
So Norman Rodriguez on a nice little hot streak here at this table. Jimmy D down to 10,000.
Canada got a big hand, man.
D'Ambrosio had finished 175th at this year's main event.
Thought he was on a move.
Oh, there he had a misread.
Oh, well. He outplayed me.
Jimmy D lost about half his stack, but we give him props for handling himself well after that tough beat. Welcome back to Atlantic City, and we get back to our arena table here at the Trump Taj Mahal, where Nikki Frangos is still leader of the pack. Action on Jennifer Lee. She will fold now to raise. Clumsy Eric Crane.
Clumsy but friendly. Just like my Uncle Nathan.
Pocket nines. He'll raise it up to 700.
You could call that.
Mike Esposito gets out of the way. To seat one in the green shirt, Dylan Membrino. King, queen, and he'll make the call. Next is Atlantic City's own Augustine Mendez, queen 10. He'll play. Wu Lin folds now to Nikki Frangos,
who's chomping at the bit to get into the hand.
King, maybe an 8. And gives it up.
He put a chip on his cards like he was going to play. He wanted to play. He made the right decision.
3 players will go to the flop. Crane with his pocket nines has the lead. Flop is King 8-4. Frangos gave up kings up. But it is a pair of kings for Membrino. Crane with pocket nines bets 1,200 to Membrino.
Hey, you put a bet out there to see if your nines are good.
And he says, nope, they're not. A raise of 2,500.
Well, now Eric Crane knows that they're not good.
Mendez folded.
Seems very basic poker.
I raise.
He said I raise?
He did say a re-raise now from Eric Crane.
Wow, this is where I can't vary my play line. I mean, he's going to try and push Membrino off the best hand.
Makes it a total of 7,500. And Membrino goes away.
Wow.
Lucky I didn't put a purple chip in there.
You what?
You know, I made fun of this fella last year, Lon. I'm not making fun of him anymore.
Eric Crane playing some strong poker. He's got almost 57,000 chips. All right, let's go back to the Taj Poker Room. 3 players going to the flop. Daryl Ozias has the lead with pocket jacks. The flop is 5 deuce 10. Dickin with a pair of 10s, but the jacks of Ozias are still best.
3,000 is the bet.
Ozias makes a bet of 3,000. Gigabet calls, Tyrone folds. Ozias and Dickin will go to the turn. Turn is a king, and Dickin takes the lead now with kings up.
I guess I can do it here, can I? Okay.
Well, whatever Ozias is going to do here is probably not going to benefit him. His jack's no longer in the lead, trailing Dickin's kings up.
Ozias bet 6,000.
I'm all in.
And Daryl Dickin moves all in.
Take note, Norman Rodriguez.
How much more than me?
13,100.
Dickin moving all in with the best hand.
Here's 6.
And this would be for
There's
most
6.
of Ozias' remaining chips. Dickin routinely, matter-of-factly confident in his game.
And in this hand, not only is Dickin aggressive, but he's got the best hand, and Ozias shrinks away.
A good fold from Ozias. Dickin takes in the big pot.
So Daryl Dickin, the online guru, proving that he can play on the felt as well.
Dickin says, quote, my game's more public than anyone else's in the world because it's written up on the internet all the time.
Oh, well, kind of screwed up there, didn't
Big blind, please.
Well, just a bit, and it did cost Ozias over 10,000 chips. You know, Norman, we have seen some players have trouble making the transition from playing online to playing live, but Gigabet has made the transition quite well.
Yeah, internet guys sometimes don't even know how to order breakfast correctly. Daryl's pretty sharp.
And Daryl does know how to stack his chips as well. All right, we continue action here at the Taj, and Daryl will give it up over to Norman Rodriguez.
See, some players at the table like to get a massage, like Carmine Tyrone. I like to get the massage when I'm playing miniature golf.
Rodriguez limps in with ace-queen. Jamie Gold folds his king-deuce, and it's king-10 suited for Chester Rudisill. He'll make the call. Lucas Michael with 7-6. He limps in as well. Ozias trying to get some of those chips back. And Dale Pinchot in the big blind checks his options. 5 to the flop.
Everyone playing high cards but Michael. Give me his hand.
And now the flop, 7-9-6. Michael with 2 pairs, 7s and 6s.
Ha! Sometimes I'm smarter than I look.
Ozias and Pinchot check.
See, you gotta have the only low cards out there, Lon. Everyone else has got the same cards.
Rodriguez checks.
I could see that coming from a couple casinos away.
Chester checked. And now Michael.
Push them all in, son.
Nope, just a bet of 600.
Nobody wants to push all in today.
It's enough to get Ozias to fold, as does Pinchot. Rodriguez makes the call.
What?
Ace-queen.
Norman.
Rudisill folds. And so 2 left to go to the turn. The turn is an ace of diamonds.
13.
Rodriguez
13.
pairs his ace.
13.
13.
He checked. Michael bet 1,300. Rodriguez now. With a pair of aces. And he is going to raise it to 3,000.
I'm all in.
And all in from Michael.
It's the right move. Then Rodriguez should have mucked on the flop. He thought he got lucky on the turn and overplayed his hand.
Why in the beginning?
I think that pretty much describes Kid Rock's marriage to Pamela Anderson.
And this is our degree all-in moment. Lucas Michael with his tournament life on the line.
Bad call.
And way ahead.
Well, Rodriguez can still knock Michael out with an ace, queen, or 9 on the river.
And it's an 8, and Michael wins the hand and takes most of Rodriguez's chips.
I'm going to have a Norman-to-Norman talk with Norman a little later.
And Lucas Michael doubles up to nearly 27,000 chips.
The Degree All-In Moment is brought to you by Degree. Protects men who take risks.
Let's get to the outer tables. We find Lance Funston all in. His king's up, going against Greg Mirko's heart draw. And the turn is a heart.
Down goes Frazier.
And Lance is sent packing.
Good job.
Lance always gracious and a table favorite even in defeat.
Lance and I can now go troll the boardwalk for ex-wives.
As the clock winds down here on day 1, our top 3 chip counts belong to Philadelphia's Eric Bankoff. He's got over 86,000 chips. Not far behind with 78,000 is Texan David Baker, but the leader is Oklahoman Jordan Morgan with over 90,000. That's going to do it for day 1. Join us again as our coverage continues. For Norman Chad, I'm Lon McCarran. So long, everybody.
I don't know where you can have more fun for 10 grand.